Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you don't already know me, my name is Crystal and this is going to be my first YouTube video, and it's going to be on a story time on how I found out that I was pregnant. So the day that I found out that I was pregnant was February 22nd of this year, 2021. And I'm gonna be telling you guys more in details of how I found out that I was pregnant and what led to me knowing that I was pregnant. When I was in 10th grade, I was having problems with my period, which were that I would get my period for a lot of months in a row. So my mom decided to take me to the doctor, and at the doctor's, they obviously didn't know what was going on with my period, so they referred me to a gynecologist. Well, after they referred me to the gynecologist gave me birth control pills so it would regulate my period, and they said that if I were to have cysts, that the cyst would go away with the birth control pills. But they never checked to see if I actually had cysts, or like they never did any exams on me to check if I actually did have cysts. They just gave me the birth control pills and told me to come back for a follow-up appointment. So I started taking the birth control pills for a couple months, and my period ended up regulating on its own. Well, with the birth control pills, but it ended up regulating. So I stopped taking the birth control pills and my period was fine until I got into my 11th grade year. Like at the middle of my 11th grade year, I started having problems with my period again. But I didn't go to the same gynecologist because we moved. So since we moved, I went to a different gynecologist. The gynecologist that I went to where I lived at the time, they gave me the pills again. And because I explained to them that my other gynecologist gave me birth control pills because of my period being active for 2 months plus, and they just gave me the birth control pills again, and they gave me a follow-up appointment also. And then when I went to the follow-up appointment, I was telling them, oh, I keep forgetting to take my pills and my period is still like all over the place. And they were like, well, if you keep on forgetting to take your pills, then your period is never going to regulate. They discussed different types of like birth control that could help me with my period, because I wasn't taking birth control because I was sexually active. It's because of my period, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. So they discussed different types, and I chose the shot, the double shot. So with that, I think I went on like 3 months with that shot because it was in summer. So during the whole summer I took the shot, and then at the beginning of my 12th grade year I went to a different gynecologist actually, because I moved again, and I told them to take the shot because I did not want to take the shot anymore. Then when I told them to take the shot off, they gave me birth control pills again. The doctor at that gynecologist explained to me that my period could be irregular until I was 21 years old. But I didn't know, like, honestly, till this day, I really don't know anything about what's really going on in my body and what's going on with my period. But I just listened to her, and I kept drinking my birth control pills because I wanted to regulate my period again, because the shot had taken away my period. When I was at the beginning of my 12th grade year, I started taking the pills, and then I also met my boyfriend, my baby's dad. When I met him, I explained to him my situation, but I told him that I wanted to stop taking birth control pills because I didn't want to take birth control pills anymore. And I was also having another problem with the birth control pills, that they were giving me like little
like little masses, like little tiny. Give me 1 second.
Okay, so I was getting like, well, I still have them. They're like masses, like little masses of
my own, like. Okay.
Masses of like. Okay. Anyways, I'm getting these little masses in my breast. It was because of the birth control pills. Because they were explaining that the birth control pills had those kind of effects and stuff, and that was causing the masses in my breast. So I told him that I wanted to stop taking the pills so I wouldn't keep getting those masses, because I already have like 8 or 6. He told me that it was okay. He was actually the first person that I had ever been with intimately. So whenever I stopped taking the pills, we obviously were using protection because we weren't thinking about having any babies, especially him being my first. I was not thinking about babies yet. When I graduated 12th grade year, we went to Pennsylvania for vacation with my dad. We went to visit him and stuff. And then when we came back to Florida, I was having problems with my period again. And mind you, I was not taking anything. I was regular, I was fine, my period was okay. And then I started having problems with my period, but it wasn't the same problems as I originally been going through. This time I was actually not getting my period at all. I stopped getting my period for like 3 months in a row or 2 months in a row. And then finally in November of 2020, I got my period for the first time. I was like, okay, then I don't have to go to the doctor because I finally got my period, I'm fine. So then in December of 2020, me and my boyfriend were talking about babies, and I told him that I wanted to have a baby and stuff. So we tried at the end of December 2020, we started trying to have a baby. And then in the month of December, I did not get my period. And I wasn't having any symptoms of pregnancy or anything, but I still took a test, but it came out negative. So then we kept on trying at the beginning of January of 2021. I didn't get my period in January, but I didn't have any symptoms, but I still took a test and it came out negative. So I just sat down with him and I was like, you know what? Maybe I can't have kids. I don't know what's wrong with me. There's something wrong with my body. Like, I was really stressed actually because I didn't know what was going on with me. And to get an appointment at the gynecologist, it was impossible. After I finished sitting down and talking to him, I got an appointment at the gynecologist for February to talk about my period. We kept living a regular life. We stopped using protection because we just didn't feel the need to use protection because we thought that I couldn't get pregnant. So we stopped using protection. I wasn't getting pregnant like throughout the whole month of January. I was taking tests, pregnancy tests, and they just kept coming out negative. So January passed, and then it was the day of my appointment, and I went to my appointment, and I went with my mom and my sister. The day of the appointment, they asked me if I was pregnant, and I said no, and she was like, okay, well, that's fine, but we still need a urine test, a urine sample, because it's protocol, whatever. And I was like, okay, whatever, I'm not pregnant, like. Okay, so I took the urine sample, I gave it to them, whatever. They took a long time to call me back. So when they called me to the back, she asked me like those regular questions, like questions a doctor would ask, because I really don't remember. And then she took me out of the room where me and my mom were. She took me out of that room and she went to go get my blood pressure and my height, my weight, all that stuff. So when she took me out there, she was like, oh, have you been trying to get pregnant? And I was like, well, yeah, I have, but like I haven't been able to get pregnant because I've been taking a lot of tests and they come out negative. And then she asked me, when was the last day of your period? And I was like, November. And she was like, she looked at me confused. She was like, when was the last time that you took a pregnancy test and stuff like that? And I was like, in January, like at the middle of January, I stopped taking tests actually. And then she asked me, when did I start trying? I was like, at the end of December, like beginning of January, like throughout the whole month of January, I was active, but I didn't really pay attention to it at the end of January because I wasn't getting anywhere. And she was like, well, we took a test today. We took a pregnancy test today. And it came out positive. When she told me that, I didn't even know how to react. When she told me that the pregnancy test came out positive,
I was like,
literally my mind was like, what?
What? How is that even possible? I haven't even had my period in like 2 months and I got pregnant.
I really don't understand. So she told me that I was pregnant, and she asked me if it was fine for my mom to know. I was like, yeah, sure. I wasn't even thinking about any of that.
I was just thinking about, wow, I have to give birth.
After that, we went back into the room. I was sitting next to my mom, and I was giving like my mom's sign languages, like sign signals that I was
pregnant.
And my mom was so excited. She was like, oh my god, really? And I was like, yeah, really. I was just as white as the wall behind me. Like, I was freaking out. I was pale. I was shook because I was not expecting that. I went that day I went to the doctor to ask her why I couldn't have babies and what was going on with my period. I did not have in mind that they were gonna tell me I was pregnant. I reacted like, wow, like shocked. Like it wasn't a bad thing, but I was surprised because I was like,
how is that even possible? Like, how is that even possible? Like, how is that even possible?
Anyways, after that, I went and bought 2 pregnancy tests at Walmart because I wanted to see for myself. I was absolutely shocked because I hadn't had my period, and I was like, how is it even possible that I got pregnant? And plus, like, I wasn't having any symptoms. Like, I didn't have any symptoms at all. The only symptom that I was having was like abdominal pain, like period cramps, but that was absolutely it. And then one day I was eating Chef Boyardee, and I was feeling so nauseous. I was like, I cannot eat this, but I didn't think anything of it because I was like, I mean, I would have never thought that I was pregnant, honestly. But I'm actually really happy right now. Me and my boyfriend are really happy. We just really can't wait to see our baby. I'm going to be making another story time on how I told him and his reaction. And he is going to be in the video with me. In that video, we'll be talking Spanish. Yeah, stay tuned for that video. I'm actually currently pregnant. And I am 28 weeks tomorrow. I'll be 29 weeks, and my due date is October 26th, 2021. So yeah, I'm very excited, and we cannot wait to meet our baby. I'll see you guys in my next video. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And let me know down below in the comments what kind of videos you guys would like to see next. And you can also let me know on my Instagram. I'll leave a link down below, and you guys can go follow me on TikTok and add me on Snapchat. See you guys next time.